Hey, good Monday morning. Get you a cup of coffee and come on, let's get into this devotion today. In the beginning in Genesis, when God makes man, it's in Genesis chapter 1, man there is not a male or female. Man there is a kind. And what that's really breaking down is that when a kind is formed, they can only reproduce after their own kind. Meaning this, that an apple seed will produce an apple tree that will always produce apples. Never will that apple tree produce strawberries. Same thing within humanity. A dog can never have a cat. A fish can never have a squirrel. It will always reproduce after its kind. So God created this kind, and He breathed breath into the nostrils of Adam, and that is symbolism of the Spirit of God entering Adam, and so therefore he could function, he could relate, he could have that relationship, but he was the image of God into the earth. And from the fall, that kind that God had created had been corrupted, had been broken. And so Adam could only reproduce after his own new kind, which was a sinful nature. You know that in the world that we live in, we have tons of people, tons of resources, and tons of connections. But behind every single person is a kind that's coming out of them. Every individual is led in some form or fashion by Spirit. And our process should be with everybody we come in contact with. Are the actions, are the meditations, are the way they talk, the way they react. What spirit is behind that? Because since the fall of man, there's been the God kind, and then there's been the other kind. He don't even deserve my attention this morning. I want to focus on the God kind. What kind of things does God produce in an individual? Well, the Word of God says that's the fruit of the Spirit. You will see this flow out of those people that are leaning toward the God kind, or being led by the Spirit, is what I want to say this morning. And the fruit of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. So today, as we start this week, I want you to ask yourself this. Here's the key. God desires to produce His kind inside of us as believers. A kind that brings about peace, love, joy, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. So with every decision, every interaction, every opportunity that you come across this week, before you speak, before you say anything, before you do anything, I want you to ask your intentions. Look at your intentions of your heart and say, God, when I say this, or when I do this, or when I begin to step into that direction, God, is this going to produce your kind that's going to bring a reflection back to you? Or is this going to produce something else that's going to bring reflection back to the enemy? God desires our function, our life, our means, our purpose, our destiny to always flow through His kind. That's called being led by the Spirit. As you start this week off, go and show God's kind, because you will reproduce after your own kind. And so when you're connected to Him, everything that flows out of you will come from Him and bring reflection back to Him. I hope you have a great week. We're going to talk about more this week on this topic. Have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow.